Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Before everything, I would like to remember to you that I usually stream on Twitch if you wanna come and say hello. And yeah, so let's start with the beginners and the mid-game players guide. Let's go. Alright, so before everything, if you just started a new account into a new kingdom, well, the very best thing you could do is a jumper project, which means, for example, in the Discord official Race of Kingdoms Discord server, you can find a lot of jumper project. And what is jumper project? Jumper project is basically um, there's a lot of people or a group of people that is gonna create an account into an let's say A kingdom, and will migrate to the target kingdom later all together, so they can power up and have some kind of advantage in the new kingdom, because when the new kingdom is created is when they are gonna jump, so they will have some extra power, extra troops, extra research that new players that are creating new accounts in that target kingdom that do not have. So yeah, that's the main point. Also, before everything, the game is gonna ask you what civilization do you want to play. Oh, alright, so here we have three different points. The first one is depending on what are you spending on the game. The second one, what do you want to do with your account in the game? Are you gonna farm? Are you gonna fight? Well, the objectives you have, right? And the third one, and not less important, would be what troop type are you going or you willing to play. So here we have infantry, cavalry, and archers. We have also siege, but this is only for gathering resources. So yeah, at the beginning of the game, you need to choose between those three, so you can focus commanders on the troop type you want to play. I highly recommend for those early game players to go either for infantry, which is the most free to play unit, I'd say, or cavalry, because archers at the beginning are not that strong. Even if into the late game they become strong, at the beginning it's not the way to go. Alright, so here we have all civilizations. Alright, so let's make a quick guide about that and simplify this as much as we can. If you're willing to play a lot and just trying to grow up and stuff like this, I highly recommend to go for China because of the building speed. And anyways, later you can change civilization because you're gonna get civilization changer for free in the game. Um, by the time to just grow up. So at the beginning, at the real beginning, either you're a whale and you want to go Korea for the research speed. Whale means that you're gonna spend a lot of money in the game. I could highly recommend to go for China to get this city hall level 25, which is the building you should focus on at the beginning. But we will talk about that later. If you're going to spend a lot, maybe Korea is good for the research speed, and right after that you will need to choose, because once you reach the maximum building level, you need to choose a fighting civilization. So let's say you're gonna choose either infantry, either cavalry. In case you chose to go for the infantry one, I highly recommend to go for France because of the troop health percentage they give to you. This is a really good boost. And also, if you're fighting a lot, hospital healing speed 20% is so huge, which I highly recommend if you're really interested in playing infantry. Plus, obviously, and one of the most important things is the special unit you get. For example, here we have the throwing X-Men, which is really important and strong. And in the case you want to go for cavalry, I'd recommend to go for Germany because it increases attack of the cavalry by 5%, and also you have training speed and action point recovery, which is really good for active players. Alright, so let's talk now about commanders. You're gonna say, oh, there's a bunch of commanders here, I maybe don't understand anything. Well, let's simplify this. I want this to be simplified, not like give a lot of details so you can understand it properly. You have four types of commanders. You have legendary with
ليس من
the
عادة الملوك أن
golden
يقتلوا
background. Then
الملوك.
you have epic with the
يشتهي
purple
الرجل.
background. You have
Ich halte
well, the
durch
blue ones.
für
I don't
dich.
really know what's
Communicazioni
that. And
Stratos
then you
on the
have the green ones.
battlefield. My last
Alright,
is my life.
so at the beginning, if you chose China as the beginning, you're gonna get some extra Sun
兵无
Tzu
常势，
heads that you can
水
use to
无
max
常
his
形。
abilities.
知
I highly
己知
recommend to go
彼，
for Sun
百
Tzu
战不殆。
to work on Sun Tzu first and max him out all these abilities. Sun Tzu is way the best epic commander you can get. After that, depends on whatever you chose before. If you chose maybe infantry, you can go for Bjorn here and per
Äventyr
Bjorn
min heliga
with
plikt.
Sun Tzu, which is I think is the best epic infantry pair you can get in the game, especially if you're using Bjorn as first, because of the first skill. You're just gonna make some extra skill damage to the target. So this is maybe the best epic commander pair you can get for infantry. If you chose to go for cavalry, uh, you should you should keep working on Sun Tzu first, and maybe after that you can focus on Baybars, who is a really good commander for fighting on the open field, and you have AOE damage, which means you have multiple targets damage. After that, you will need to gather resources and join rallies and things like that to get your more XP, more rewards, speed ups. So one of the best commanders for that is Matilda.
Je dirigerai le peuple de
You're
Normandie.
gonna ask why? Well, when you get her expertise and you gather, this commander receives an additional 10% resources upon completion of gathering, which is really huge. But also here you have the fourth ability, which gives you 15% increased capacity bonus, which is really good to join rallies. For example, someone is opening a rally and you want to join with some extra troops. This is so good because your percentage of the bonus rewards you're gonna get is gonna be higher just because you sent more troops to the rally. So as gathering commander, it's really good to work on Matilda. I'd say it's the best one. If you want some more versatility, you can also work on
Si
Joan
je
of
n'y
Arc.
suis pas,
It's
que
not
Dieu
that
m'y
bad.
place. Si j'y suis,
And
que Dieu m'y préserve.
at the very end, if you want to alright, Sunan, now how about the legendary commanders? I see a lot, I want to work on all of them at the same time. I see they're powerful. Alright, so the a very important thing you need to know is that there are several commanders, as for I'm gonna show you. This one, Ragnar,
Engum
you have
Dracula.
Elcid, you have
Opera en mi
Frederick,
honor.
you have
Diego
Seldeok, you have Mehmed, you have
Daichi,
Ishida, you have Cleopatra,
Veni,
Julius Caesar,
vidi.
and Mulan
时并肩
with
携
Charles
Le titre de
Martel,
roi n'est pas
and I
important.
believe the last one is Cao Cao.
周公吐哺，
Those commanders, you're gonna
天
get
下
some
归
golden heads in the
心。
tavern. Here, when you open some gold keys, you're gonna get golden heads from them. So you're just gonna unlock them and max them out by the time. So make sure you don't put any golden heads, any legendary commander sculptures. For example, on
Veni,
Caesar, I got 10 now. I could never put those heads on him. It's really not worth it. And so you're gonna ask me, what's the best commander to work on at the beginning? Well, made a mistake here. I work on Genghis Khan instead of Yi Seong-gi.
대왕의 부흥,
You
천명의
need to
달림이다.
make sure you work on Yi Seong-gi at the beginning. It's from KBK 1, well, from the beginning of the game to the KBK 3 is the best commander you can get, the most valuable commander you can get. Um, so yeah, make sure to work on Isongi. Is the most valuable commander from KBK 1 to 3, and you can do a lot of things with Isongi, which we will maybe talk about that later. You can pair him with a lot of commanders. So yeah, since the beginning, you start saving your legendary commander sculptures. It's really worth it, and you will catch him out about the 90th or 94th day of the kingdom, which he will come up into the Wheel of Fortune. And yeah, so just wait for him and make sure you max him out because he's the most valuable commander from KVK 1 to 3. Now for the gathering commanders,
이
for
꽃은
example, Seondeok,
향기가 없는
Ishida, Cleopatra,
Tocarlo σεστή πολλών
and
όπλων.
I think I'm not missing any legendary gathering commanders here. I highly recommend to unlock the second skill just by you use some XP on them and you just unlock that and you don't touch them anymore. So you can work on the blue ones here, gathering commanders, you can see that here, and
The
this
Legion
one,
awaits
Green
your command.
Centurion. Why should I work on those and not the legendary ones? Okay, so basically, the cost of XP to get them to level 37, we will talk about that later. It's much reduced, very a lot more reduced than the legendary ones. Why level 37? Right. If you get level 37 here, you will max out this thing here, the gathering talent tree, which gives you a lot of bonuses. You can check that out. It's giving you a lot of bonuses. This is only for level 40 if you want some increased march speed for siege. But yeah, again, you will just max his talent tree with level 37, and make sure to do that because it's really interesting, and do not do that with the legendary commanders because it's gonna take you a lot of XP and it's really not worth it. Well, now that we have seen the commanders, you will maybe say, okay, but I don't have so many resources. It's a bit annoying because I need to farm a lot of resources to build up my city and stuff. You need to make sure you create several accounts since the beginning. For example, 2 or 3 more accounts besides your main account, just to farm resources, and then you will send those resources to your main account. It is called farm accounts. Here I just have one, but I have 3 more in another mail. It's really useful, especially for late game players. If you do that since the beginning, you will see when you enter in the Lost Kingdom, in the KVK, it's gonna be really useful because you will have a lot of extra resources, and on your main account you can focus on gathering gems. Gems here, for example, is the most
Mon
valuable
destin est déterminé par
resource
l'aventure
you
que
can
le
gather.
amène nos guerriers sur le chemin de la conquête.
Now, to have access to gems here in the academy, when you reach the jewelry, you will unlock the fact that you can farm some gems. Alright, let's take a little tip here. As you saw here, I sent 24,000 troops, but maybe I just need 600 troops to farm this out. Why did you do that? Well, if you're active, what you can do is to make a train of gems, alright? So for example, let's find some nodes. Alright, here. Um, See, for example, 640 units. It's already enough to farm that load, the 21, alright? But what if you choose to get more siege inside? What you can do is when the troops are coming back, you won't need them to come back to your city, do all these, and boom. Once they come back, you can send them back here. You don't need to do that. If you send more, it's gonna take 20 of your load here, and for example, let's say this march is coming back home, you can just, for example, say, okay, I'm gonna farm this out now, and you send, for example, the gathering commander that is coming back to the new gem node, so you're earning about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 minutes of marching, which is so huge if you are really active. Alright, so let's talk now about the buildings. The first building you should be working on is the City Hall. At least make sure to rush it to the level 22 because of the troop dispatch queue. You will unlock 5 marches with the time. You will have 1 at the beginning, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. The more marchers you have, the more the faster you will gather resources, let's say like that, because you can gather more at the same time. The more things you can do at the same time, for example, you're farming, you're joining a rally, well, you are so grabbing a rune, and you are, for example, I don't know, garrisoning, for example, this fortress. You can do a lot of things. The more marches you have, the more things you can do at the same time. So I highly recommend to go for the city hall. At least 22 is fine, just to unlock the troop the fifth march. But also it gives you troop capacity, which is so important to fight, and everything. Honestly, everything. The more troop capacity you have, the more choices you can get in the game. Alright, so let's talk about technology now. When you go to the academy, you need to make sure you go for writing uh, level 5 instantly. You need to get this level 5 as soon as you can, and then go to here and mathematics. Make sure to get this level 10 as up, and then you can work on engineering for your building in this order. First get mathematics, and then engineering is way better. And yeah, that's it. Once you get these, you can start working on your T4 and stuff. So you have all this research speed bonus. As you see here, you have tier 1 troops that you unlock for free at the beginning. Then you have tier 2 troops here, tier 3 and tier 4 right here. Make sure to get tier 4 troops as soon as you can. Those are really strong. Well, not as strong as tier 5, but this is an end game troop level, sorry. So yeah, make sure to work on the T4 tier 4 troops, and you will get the tier 5 troops with the time. Alright, let's talk about spending real money in the game now. Which are the most valuable things? Alright, so here you have when the 1000% plus thing is appearing, here you have something called Growth Found. This is really interesting to buy. I think this is the top one thing you can buy in the game. But you can only buy it once. The more city hall level you have, the more gems you will get. Then I could go for the 30-day gem supply, which is really interesting. Also, when you get a new legendary commander here, for example, you see I can summon Boudica, I can summon Tutmos, and I can summon Scipio. Why I'm not doing this? Because when you summon this, you're gonna get a pop-up here, where, for example, the verification rewards is, it costs like $5 or €5. You can just translate it into your your country money. And well, after that, you can also buy this, which is really interesting, the divine inheritance that you can find in the trading post. When you go here, you have the free side, which is this one. You get this for free, and then you have the divine inheritance. It's not so expensive, and the rewards you get from that are really good, especially um, especially equipment, which you don't get that usually. Now let's talk about the alliance. Should I join any alliance, top alliance? Well, the best thing you can do is joining an active or spending alliance. Why? Let You need to know these gifts here. When you go to the alliance, the gifts here are here are really interesting, because they give you AP potions, they give you resources, it gives you resources, it contributes to get this chest here, the treasure of crystal, which is going to upgrade by the time you do forts, or someone in your kingdom bought by some bundles. So this is really useful, because you can get VIP points, gems, boost. You can get speed ups. You get a lot of rewards right here, which are so interesting. And I highly recommend to go into a good alliance that will make you grow up real faster. But it's not also that. It's not only that, sorry. It's also that the more territory your alliance have, the more resources you will get per hour here in territory. You can just claim this out whenever you come online. And yeah, so let me do the verification, and let's continue with the video. Alright, so now that I did the verification, when you go here, you have like help. You have help. You need to know help is really useful because it's gonna reduce you a lot the building time, the research time, the healing time. Um, Getting into an active alliance is giving you a lot of time boost, which is really useful to to grow in the game. Also, I forgot about the buildings. Make sure to be upgrading your alliance center as much as you can when you are upgrading your city hall, and also your academy. Those are the three buildings you need to get max as soon as you can. The highest level your alliance center is, the more times you can be helped. So make sure to be working on this. This is really useful. Something really useful as well that you can put on your game since the beginning. It's here in general settings. You have some quick help. Yeah, make sure to get the quick help here put on. This is gonna pop up here where my mouse is right now, and you don't need to come back to your city and press on the alliance center to help out your alliance. So this is really helpful in case, for example, you're farming some barbarians here, you're attacking that, or just checking your farmers or whatever you're doing, and you don't need to be in your city to help. Just need to press here. You will see this is a green icon that will appear here. You just need to press that, and there you go. You don't need to come back to this, boom, and press on here. So really useful, mostly for your alliance members, but also for you. So it's gonna reduce the time, and it's gonna let you focus on whatever you're doing. Something you really need to do daily, it's the daily quest right here. You're gonna get 5 chests with really good rewards, especially the last one is really good. So these rewards here are gonna improve by the time you get your city hall upgraded. The higher city hall level you have, the higher rewards you will get right here. So I really recommend to go for that every single day, get 100 activity points every day, and upload all those chests that will give you really good rewards. Also, if you want your game to be a bit more smooth, you can go to settings, general settings, reduce this to medium, unless you have some good PC or some good tablet or something. I highly recommend you to go for medium settings here, and the frame rate always, no matter what's going on, just put that on very high. You will see your game will be 100 times more smooth than before. Also, you can redeem this here in Expedition. I highly recommend to make as much as you can. The more levels you get here, the more rewards you will get daily, and the faster you will get to max Ethelflaed, that you can get her for free with the coins here that you get daily from the expedition levels. Alright, and now what do I do with the rewards you get? I have speed ups, I have resources, have boost. Alright, so I'd say, look, for example, I have such a good amount of speed ups. I recommend to save everything you can and just use your speed ups depending on the events that are going on. It means, for example, you have uh, earn 80k power from training troops. Okay, so I'm gonna use some of my training speed ups now, so I can get those 2k gems or 1k gems or whatever the rewards are. Not It's not like because it's like today that you need to, I don't know, speed out that, or you need to work on that. No, you just wait for events and spend your speed ups accordingly. Also, this is not so important, but here on the Lysimus of Wisdom, every day you can buy the newspaper that will give you some mini boosts here with the gathering speed. Sometimes it's, for example, infantry attack 1%, or cavalry defense, or whatever it is, or damage to barbarian. So yeah, make sure to claim this every day. It's really useful. Every Monday, when you go to the VIP shop, right here, you can buy try to buy everything you can buy with the resources. You will get a lot of speed ups, you're gonna get some AP bottles. It's really good to buy the resources rewards here on the VIP shop. And where do I put my gems on? I don't know. Maybe training, maybe no. What you need to do with your gems, it's basically either just put that in the VIP whenever you can. Either just wait for an event that is called More Than Gems, and then use them on the VIP. But you need to make sure at least you're putting your gems into VIP until you get VIP 10, because you're gonna get one legendary commander sculpture per day, which is absolutely amazing. And after that you will get, for example, a lot of buffs here: hospital capacity, training speed, building speed, gathering speed. Well, you can see that on your account, but this is really useful for your account, and this is the way to put your gems on. And now what do I do? Is it better to rally some barbarian forts like here, or is it better to make some barbarians? Mm, this is up to you. I could say barbarian force, if you're a fighter, it's a bit better, but for the individual, it is true that making barbarians is a bit better because of the training speed ups and the gems. But I highly recommend to go for the forts, because this is gonna boost up all the members. And in my opinion, in the mid or end game, barbarian forts still be a bit better than the barbarians. Also, make sure to check your kingdom holy sites every day and check for the runes here. Sometimes you find some really useful runes you can gather, and it will help you out daily to, I don't know, maybe gathering or healing, march speed. You have also attack, defense, health runes that you can gather for some events, and this is really useful, and this is for free. Also, don't forget to pop your boost here, your gathering speed boost, and your food, good, stone, and gold boost. It's really useful, and you will get a lot of those. If you're playing, you will get a lot of those, so don't worry about that. You will never run out of this. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it will be useful for you. And this is the part 1, so yeah, I'll be uploading a part 2 soon. And yeah, subscribe to the channel if you really enjoyed the video, and see you later guys. Bye bye.